What is up, everybody? I'm your host Sean with Paper Planes, and welcome back to episode 17 of my Dark Souls Ultimate Walkthrough Guide. We are here at Anor Londo, this beautiful place. Ooh, you are mighty ugly though. But we are going to enter this area for the first time in this playthrough. I know we've been here before, but we left immediately. So now we are going to progress down through these levels here. I just love this place. It's so pretty. I actually hate this place because it's kind of difficult, and there's a few places that are really aggravating for me. Alright, so we really don't have to fight these big guys. We can just move right past them. See? He's just a nice guy. And then there's two guys down there. We're going to come back and kill them in a second. But first, before we do anything else, I want to make sure that we visit this bonfire down here to the left. That is the key to start off this episode. Alright, since we had 9 flasks, now we have 10. We already know that this bonfire has been kindled one time, so that's good to know. Let's level up since we've got some souls to spend. And we're going to start dumping in intelligence. Oh yeah. Alright, now let's talk to this fellow over here.
Well, you welcome to
Doesn't
the
sound like a fellow, does it? Alright, so this is basically the firekeeper for this area right here. That's why we can reinforce Estus Flask if we had a firekeeper soul. So clearly, if you kill this NPC right here, this bonfire will no longer be useful. So just keep that in mind if you want to go on a killing spree. You need to know that that is a bad idea right there. Alright, so we're going to head out here. Actually, yeah, let's see. I want to attune my sorcery spell. Let's see what we got. Pretty much right now all we can do is Soul Arrow, which is okay because we're not very powerful and we're going to need a lot of sorcery spells to do any kind of damage. And I want to put it right there over my flame. Let's see, can we carry this? Will our weight be good? Yep, we can carry that. So we're going to use the 10 Banishment Catalyst. What? Oh, we've got some other stat requirements that we're not meeting. It's probably intelligence. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, we need one more intelligence to effectively wield this item. So we'll swap that out real quick, and we'll come back to it in a moment. No problem. The reason I want to do this is it's a pretty simple way to kill these giant dudes over here without getting in too close. And actually, if you put it in your left hand, it's a little bit more effective. So let me show you how we do this here. Let me show you how we do that. Because of the enemy holds the shield in its left hand, if your staff, your Sorcerer's Catalyst, is in your left hand, you'll be firing at a better angle to damage that enemy. And I'm going to put on my... where is it? Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring for now, because I don't really need to do a ninja roll. There's really no point to having that at this moment. Okay. So we're going to come over here. See if we can focus on this guy. It's just harder for him to block your attack if you are shooting from the left side. He will block it, of course. Let's see, now I want to melee this guy. Whoops! Forgot about that overhead attack. Let's get out of here. Yeah. One thing about them is they don't pull together, but you can definitely aggro them at the same time, so you want to be careful about that. Now when he deals a heavy attack, if you can get behind him, that's the benefit. That's what you want to do. And the good thing about this weapon is it's going to build up bleed. Whoops. I'm trying to gauge how much stamina damage he does. It's been a while since I fought this guy with just a weak character like this. That's what we want him to do. Come on, do the shield bash. Damn you. That was an interesting move there, enemy. Just trying to bait him to do. That attack works too. Now, I know I'm being very patient with this. I'm just trying to show you guys all his attack moves. But the point is, you really want to get behind him after he does a certain type of attack and evade the others. That's the best way to go about fighting these guys if you're trying to be safe. If you want to just burst damage on him, you can get a heavier weapon and just try to evade and get behind and just smash him out. See, you can stagger them too, and then that bleed damage comes in really heavy right there. So that's two different ways to approach it. Obviously, if you do things well, then you'll get that first attack in there and you can stun him a little bit, and then that bleed damage comes in and finishes him off, so everything's good. And we see here, this is a regular chest. You can tell by the chain, it's almost a full circle. The mimic chain will actually be extended outward, so it's just a different graphic there. So we know this is safe to open, but if you want to be safe, it's always a best idea to just whack at the chest. I always swing at a chest, even if I know it's not a mimic. It's just a habit, and I think it's a good habit to have. So we're going to run down here and kill these other guys to grab the loot that they're guarding. Another good thing about this is these guys give a pretty decent amount of souls. It's not a good place to farm because it's slower. But you're so close to a bonfire that it is kind of convenient at this stage, especially since you don't have the Lord Vessel. If you need souls right now, this is definitely a good spot to just kind of grind some out if you want to level up or do something specific. So we're going to get this guy out of here. And eventually we'll be able to do some damage with these kind of spells, but right now we're just a little too weak in those categories. Alright. That was a bad roll. I rolled the wrong way. Do a shield bash. That's what I like. Damn you. I want to get back to full health. Shield bash, baby. You're such a good listener. And you see, after I dodge his attack, I go to a... Oops. I go to a two-handed weapon stance. And that's just basically so I can deal a little bit more damage and kill this guy faster. Alright, he's just going to stand there like a dummy. I can finish him off. It's a great thing about fighting a slow enemy like that. And then we get the giant halberd. They're going to drop this. I believe they drop their shield as well. You know, it's a rarer drop, but you'll typically get them in 1 or 2 playthroughs if you're not farming. If you're farming, you can get it easily, of course. I keep doing that. It's horrible. Need to back off. Get away from me. There we go. Shield Bash is our friend. I love it. Alright, so here we've got 2 chests. And you see the statue right here. That is one of the bosses that we'll face in this level. He's a bastard. I hate him. That is Smo. Okay, so we see this chest. It's got the almost complete circle chain, so we know it's not a mimic. We can go ahead and open it up. Twinkling Titanite. We like that. And then we see here the chain is different, and if you look at the chest, it will breathe. It kind of goes up and down like a snoring mouth. So we know that this is a mimic, so let's just go ahead and start banging out some damage. Whoops. Guess I could target you. That'd be a little bit easier. Mimics are just so easy. I love mimics because they give you good rewards too. Alright, so the Crystal Halberd, that's pretty good. We're not going to kill this guy just yet. He's kind of pointless. He's guarding the Duke's Archives. And we can't even enter that zone yet, so there's no need to necessarily go that way. Since we're not going to have to encounter those enemies again unless we choose to, we're going to hit the bonfire and respawn them. Strictly because we want to get our Estus Flasks back complete. And we might be able to level up. Yes, we can. So let's spend it one more in intelligence. And now we can use a better catalyst and deal more damage that way. So let's compare these. Alright, so magic adjust is a lot higher. So we know we want to use this ivory catalyst here. And I'm going to hit one of those enemies just to show you the difference in damage that we've got now. We're not going to stick around and fight them, but I just want to show you the kind of damage that we can put out just by switching that weapon. Alright, so let's target. Hit him one time. So we went from 21 to 68, and that's a huge upgrade. And you can only imagine, as I increase my intelligence, how much that'll scale. And keep in mind, this is the weakest soul arrow. So we'll be good. Oh, that's right, we can also attune a higher sorcery spell, so we'll go ahead and do that. We like using magic. Alright. So now we can put the heavy soul arrow on. And that's going to do us pretty good. And since we don't need to fight those guys left-handed, we can actually put that in our right hand now. And we can put our crossbow in our left, if we like. There we go. Excellent. Am I overweight? Nope. For some reason it felt like I was moving slower. Alright, so here you're going to step on this, and this is a lift or an elevator. I don't understand either one of those phrases for those kind of contraptions. A lift or an elevator. It just seems like a silly name because, yeah, it brings you up, but it also brings you down. Alright, so we're going to have this fight here with the Gargoyle. We've fought a Gargoyle before. Of course, you can knock its tail off. Excuse me, you can knock its tail off like you did in the main boss battle, or you can just fight it to kill it. I'm going to use some magic and see how that works. Just going to use magic because this thing flies. So with melee, you can only hurt it when it's down on the ground. Whoops. Whoopsies. Alright, let's switch to the heavy soul arrow and see what we can do. Oh, and I see a summon sign, so that reminds me that we're in human form right now. So after I kill this guy, I'm going to suicide so that I don't get invaded. Huge damage there. And you can see it follows the enemy, so... Whoops. Man, I thought for sure that was going to hit him. Oh, I forgot about that fucking spell. Forgot about your lightning, buddy. The crappy thing about our sorcery is it doesn't chase the enemy as much as their sorceries chase us. Ah, that was bogus. I should have nailed him. Alright. So we got that. And I'm just going to kill myself right here. I am human. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Whee! I love how it just tells you that you died. Like, you aren't aware what that horrible 1,000-foot drop to the abyss did to you. Alright. So now we can continue on. And don't assume that this lift is going to be here waiting for you like it originally is. Every once in a while I see somebody die because they just sprint over here and they fall to their death. It's kind of funny, but this contraption is kind of annoying because it just rotates up and down the whole time. I personally think that if you die and the game recognizes that you're at the other bonfire, the lift should just rise up. But instead it just keeps going up and down, so you always have to wait on it. Alright, so there's our souls. Clearly the gargoyle does not respawn, so we can go around here and get our loot items. So we're going to run around the back end here. Just a regular old chest. Demon Titanite piece there. And we'll continue over here. Check around this corner here. Do you have anything for me? Give me some loot, baby. Now, a lot of you guys are going to run around here thinking there's loot, but there's not. And also, it's just kind of like a... If somebody invades you, it's a good place to use as a buffer to kind of buy yourself some time, get yourself ready, just hide behind that area for a second, and then come out to fight. This is kind of a common PvP area. A lot of people like to fight on this bridge. Now, a lot of you first-timers will be playing the game, and you'll come to this area, and you'll be all confused, like, what the hell is going on? And you'll see bloodstains all the time for people trying to make this jump. It's hilarious. I remember when I was first playing, I was here for a while, and I knew that that jump was certain death. You know, I'd played the game enough to know that that wasn't the right way to go about it. And I kept running around this area trying to figure out what the hell I was missing. And then finally, I was on long enough that a note popped up around here, and I saw that I could climb up on this. So this is definitely where you want to be. The only thing is you want to move slowly because the camera angle really goes wonky when you move between these pillars. And this place really sucks. So you'll see my camera will shake and I'm not even moving it. So if the faster you're moving, the more drastic that movement of the camera will be. And your character moves with the camera, unfortunately, because you're moving straight. And straight is relevant to the direction the camera is facing. So you're just going to fall down here. You see this broken window. You're going to move in here. There's going to be a painted guardian that falls down. With this weapon that we have now, we're killing them in 2 shots. See what our soul arrow does to them. Pretty decent damage. And that's going to be very beneficial when we get up top climbing past these guys. Oops. Alright. These guys have a pretty significant drop for throwing knives. Not that throwing knives are are worth anything. I mean, they're so cheap, you can always buy a ton of them. But there's different ways to go about this. We're going to use some archery, and we can also use some sorcery. So let me show you how we're going to go do this thing right here. We will put on our black bow. The black bow has extended range, so that is something that we really like. Oops. So we can zoom in and hopefully get a good shot there. And it just makes these guys come towards us. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to fight them on these pillars here. We can get lucky. You can actually do it without ever attacking them and make them chase you and fall off. So that's always good. And you can see we can knock them off because when they stagger, they fall backwards. So that's always a benefit. And we can still hit these guys from pretty far back, I believe. And all you want to do is get their attention. Alright, so we need to aim a little bit higher. Doink. Oh, man. Thought that was good. Oh! And we might be able to knock them off just by staggering them backwards. See, a couple more shots might do the trick. I think his feet might not be moving. It looks like he is, though. Okay, no, he's not going to fall backwards. Not yet. Once we do some damage, though, he'll actually come in. And it's kind of weird because you're hitting him and you see blood, but it doesn't give you any damage points. So that's unfortunate. Dink. Alright. I hate this area. If you guys have watched any of my playthroughs before, you already know I hate this area. I hate it! God, how freaking close do I have to get? Okay. Now he's decided to come after me? That's funny. Alright, so we'll get him to follow, hopefully all the way. Alright, so he gave up a little bit too early. Do. Get him. Right in the back. That sucked. I just feel like I'm gonna fall every time. He's going right. Whatever. Oh, come on. Ha ha. That was awesome. It was definitely a hit or die situation. He was definitely going to hit me and I would have fell off, so that worked out. Alright. Moving slow. Just kidding. I can speed up. Alright, we're going to hit this thing with our melee weapon. Choink. And now that drops down below. Let's check out this bloodstain. Join in their misery. See, they're fighting melee here, and that's the problem. When you're fighting melee, yeah, you can definitely do well, and you can use your shield and all that stuff. They were trying to parry, which is fine, but the fact that they've got no maneuverability, if they're locked on to the enemy, and the enemy jumps to a certain side, you're probably going to fall off without even moving yourself. It's just kind of ridiculous. So I like to be as safe as I can in these kind of situations, and just fight like you would if you had these weapons in real life. I mean, if you had the ability to be an archer, you would never just run up to these things and melee them. You would try to pick them off as far away as possible. Oh god, that was brutal. Alright, here we go. Oh! Cool. Alright, so now we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. Now it's just making it across. do it, buddy. Even in death, he falls. So sad. Alright, so let's check out this bloodstain. Some more entertainment for us. Charge! Oh, what the hell? Damn. I think they thought they could run onto that pillar or that platform to the right. No. No, you cannot do that. Alright, so we're going to do a couple things here. Let's read this note. Be wary. The chest is amazing. They're not talking about loot, people. They're talking about that. Boing. Alright, so yeah, that really just happened. Alright, so what we're going to do is climb down this ladder here. And we've got an enemy over here that we're going to kill. Sup, bro? Come on, buddy. And we're going to walk around this corner. Imminent dead end. That is true. So what we're going to do now is come back up here. And the reason I wanted to kill that guy first is because he's going to be guarding this area when we come back through here. So what you're actually going to do is we want to get to that chest over there. And to do that, we're going to roll down here. And this chest evades a lot of people. Some people don't know it's there. Some people don't know how to get to it. And we're going to roll in here. And we've got another guy in the stairwell, just like we did before. But we killed him from up top. This guy, we have to kill him from around the corner. So let him come down towards us so we're not fighting in this narrow area here. The enemy has the advantage in that kind of confined space. Alright. Yes, 5 throwing knives. What a score. Alright, so here is our chest. We know it's not a mimic. Oh yeah, divine blessings are really good items. I wish we could get more of them, but we can't, so whatever. Now the only way we can get back is by rolling onto this ledge and going up the stairs just like we did on the opposite side. So here we go. It's going to say be wary of enemy probably. Nope, enemy. That's the sign that we read before. So that's where our enemy was, and that's why I killed him the first time, so we had a better angle at that. And we're going to traverse this fog gate. Okay. So we're going to have to do a couple things here. Go ahead and read this note real quick. Imminent monster. The monster that it's warning you about is one more of the gargoyles. So let me show you real quick what happens if we run down these stairs. And these stairs will take you to a couple different places. And that all depends on the allocation of the lever, how you put it, if you move it a certain direction or not. So we come down here and we see that the first area that the lever takes you to without moving it is a dead end. So this is definitely not somewhere that you want to go. You can't do anything with this, but you know that once you move the staircase that it will be at a different destination. So coming back down these stairs one more time will be beneficial to you. And there's actually a second destination after that as well. So we'll visit both places and see what both have to offer. So we're going to push this lever. And you get that little cinematic there. Whoa, shit. That startled me. I was not ready for that guy. Alright, let's switch to our heavy soul arrow. Let's get him to attack. Not the attack I wanted him to do. He's got a lot more hit points than the other one did. But he does get stunned by the magic, so that's good. So basically, if you can get a shot on him while he's swinging, you're going to be safe because he gets stunned by that. There we go. Alright. Ooh, we got some nice loot there. All 3 of his items. That's pretty sweet. Nice, nice. Now you can continue across here if you like. Or we're going to go down the stairs to see what we have down there. See what's going on with that. Okay, so we see here that we've got a new little area, and you see that body on the ground. That's actually one of the guardians that we killed from way up top. Excuse me. I don't want to go in this area just yet because this only leads us to the painted world of Ariamas, and we're going there very shortly. However, I first want to bring this staircase down one more time. So I want to show you there's a bonfire down there. And a lot of people don't know about this area because they don't ever continue to move the lever. They just keep progressing through the level. So we'll move this one more time. And this is actually going to be an important part of our playthrough. So we'll be doing this another time when we come back here to kill Gwendolyn. Dark Sun Gwendolyn, the transvestite. So, yep, that's what's going to happen. So we're not going to fight them now, and we can't the way that we are set up. What we can do is light the bonfire and get this item over here. So we're going to grab this. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn, and then you see this statue here. That is of Lord Gwyn. He's the main boss of the game. It's basically like a Zeus type character. I consider him, at least, but with fire. Alright, so let's check out that ring that we just picked up. Boost miracles, it says. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to the loss of the annals. Settle down, people. And rescinding of his deific status. That's like godlike status, I'm assuming. I've never said that word in my life. Today, even his name is not known. Cool. Cool story. That's just a little bit of lore, obviously. But the ring boosts miracles. So if you're playing a character like a cleric that uses miracles a lot, this is an item that you're going to want to have. Alright, so we're not going to use that because we do not use any miracles at this moment in time. But we will light this bonfire because once again, it's not going to respawn any enemies that we have to encounter anytime soon. So that is no problem for us. So what we're going to do now is leave this area. And we're going to go back to one level up from this stairwell. So we're going to basically run up the stairs and push the lever in the opposite direction one time. And then we're going to head into the area where the painted guardians are. We're going to kill all of them fools. There's some nice loot in there, so we'll get that loot, and then we'll head into the painted world because we already got what we need to go in there. Painted world is all optional area as well. I love the painted world. I think it's a really cool area. I think the entrance to it and the exit to it are some of the coolest parts of the game. The boss fight is really unique. It's oops, not that way yet. What am I doing? I gotta go down the stairs. Just blabbing and not paying attention. Sorry about that. But yeah, Painted World of Ariamas is going to be really fun. I enjoy that. And there's tons of items there too. A lot of cool stuff. So for most of you guys, there'll be some items that you haven't ever gotten before. Oh yeah, shield time, baby. What you got? Come on. Come play. To get behind these guys is kind of difficult because they're a little bit fast. But you definitely can. But they're pretty weak as well, so you don't necessarily need to focus too much on getting behind them for crits. But what you can do is pull them out. Because like, you don't want to draw a lot of them at once. So I like to go about this a little bit carefully, selective. So we'll pick this guy here. Get him to come at us. Come on, buddy. I hate when they throw knives at you. I just wish they'd come at you, because they're never going to do any damage like that. Come on. Do a jump. Heal. Heal. When they start to move backwards, that's a good indicator that they're trying to get a little bit of range so that they can heal themselves. Alright, so we drew 2 of them, which is okay. It's not a big deal. Alright. That guy should have died. Wow, he got the heal off. Did not expect that. See how quick they are? It's amazing. And they just drop throwing knives like they're freaking made of these things. They have so many of them. I don't think they ever run out of throwing knives. So we're probably going to aggro these 2 together as well. Oh, nope. Whoop. Even if you shoot at their feet, they're going to block with the shield. It's kind of ridiculous. Come on, I know you're going to heal. Stupid swing. Look how much damage that throwing knife did. That was legit. Alright, so let's move over here a little bit. So we can pull this guy. I love where he runs. Aww. Alright, whatever. Come on. If you play through this game just using your shield religiously, I mean, it just makes it so much easier. I didn't even see that he got that throwing knife off. I couldn't notice it. I was just looking at how pretty all those 3 arrows in his skull were. Gonna use your shield this time? You learned from your friend, didn't you? What? Are you serious? You just threw a throwing knife at me? Their evade skills are phenomenal. Alright, so let's grab this item here. We get the Great Magic Weapon. This is clearly a sorcery, so let's check it out real quick. Sorcery. Great Magic Weapon. Sorcery which improves upon magic weapons, so it's a upgrade to a previous spell. High magic augmentation of a right-handed weapon only. At Vinheim Dragon School, only magic swordsmen on special orders are allowed to learn this spell, which grants powerful augmentation to various weapons. So yeah, it's basically like applying a tar resin to your weapon, except you're using sorcery. So you have to have the sorcery to be able to cast it, the catalyst in the left hand, and the weapon in the right. That's how you use it. So I'll show you an example of that at some point, hopefully. I never really use that, but it is a good thing to have on an upgraded weapon. Where are you going? Are you doing like something super sneaky right now? You are. Look at you. You knew I saw you. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright. So here we're going to get the black iron armor set. I think we've killed everybody. We might have one guy around the right corner there, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check it out. Here is the black iron armor set, and we get the great shield too, so that's pretty sweet. Not a bad deal at all. Let's see if there's another guy around here. Nope. No worries. Let's read the notes. It's probably just telling you, be wary of labyrinth. Hidden path ahead. Okay, so let's take a look at this photo, or this portrait painting. I don't like how the lighting changes when we get farther back. It's hard to see it as much, but this is pretty cool piece of artwork. I can hear the guys upstairs. That's funny. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you this item here. I believe it'll be under a key. Maybe not. Let's check it out. There it is. Peculiar doll. A strange doll with a strange dress. Alright, there once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. Okay, so this you have to have in your inventory to be able to enter the painted world of Ariamis. Now, you don't have to use it in any particular way. You just have to be able to have it in your inventory. You're going to walk up to the painting and examine it. And this starts this cinematic here, and I'll show it to you. It's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite cinematics in the game. I love my helm. That looks so awesome. Talk about some real life scary shiznit if that was to happen. So the entrance of this place, the Painted World of Ariamis, just looks so badass. I mean, look at this. It's too bad that they didn't improve on the textures in the backgrounds and such like that. I mean, it would just look absolutely amazing. If you couldn't tell the difference between the world that you're in right now, like on the bridge, you know that this is the game field. You know this is a level that you're supposed to be moving on. If the rest of the detail looked that crisp, man, this place would just be so phenomenal. But it's not, but that's okay. I know they don't want to spend too much time on stuff like that, because then it takes away from the quality of the rest of the game, the ability to put their hours on stuff that really matters. But, you know, just one of those nitpicky things I would love to see. So here we are. We're going to rest at this bonfire. Light it up. Let's level up. We're going to level our intelligence one time. Alright, and we'll accept that. Get out of here. And I want to kindle this bonfire, so I'm going to need to become human. And we're going to kindle. Sweet. Alright, and now I'm going to kill myself. Just run up here. These guys will do the work for me. Eventually. So it looks like they take about 3 hits from these zombies. Oh, maybe 4. Come on, man. There we go. It's funny, when you want something to kill you, it seems to take a while, but if you don't want to die, it's like a one-hit kill. Alright, so obviously the reason I did that is because I don't want to deal with any kind of invaders while I'm working on this level. And so next episode we'll complete the Painted World of Ariamis, so hopefully this was good for you guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, and take it easy. Thanks for checking out my video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel and social media accounts to keep current with Paper Planes updates. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.